Welcome, my dears, to another belated session of the Western Chivalrics. With your host, Madam Sniffles, because I'm sniffly. So apologies if people listening are constantly irritated by the sounds of me just like muting to blow my nose and stuff, but such is life.
You blame the sniffles, I blame the cocaine.
Just keeps me sharp, alright?
I needed to write my smut.
My memoirs.
Indeed, go for, what was it, the Oscar Wilde here?
Yeah. It's To Hack and Wan Again is the name of my autobio. Oh, goodness. When at last we left off, well, I mean, technically nothing and lots of things happened because it was a downtime session. So everyone has flitted away and made all of their necessary rolls. Of course, my previously incapable condition meant that there wasn't quite as much roleplay as one might have liked. But you know, we got through the I suppose the meat of the matter, and now we can bake it all into a delicious role-playing pie. And I get to do some much incomplete bullying, which is very, very important.
It's not gonna be me that gets bullied this time. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're actually having a fine time. You're like tired and sickly, but at the
That's
same
just the
time you've got
usual.
Don't you worry, Sam. We'll get back to bullying you.
usually not sickly. You're like walking around like at the death threshold pretty
Oh,
much
I meant me.
constantly. Oh, yeah. Fair. But yeah, so as far as actual recap is concerned, Tristan summoned Cold Smile again and sent her off on a little murder mission. And submitted to her basically all of his life force as a loan. Which means that Trist himself is wandering around at the brink of death. But, you know, he's busy, he's got some crafting things to do, and there's a childhood friendo there to lean upon, and she will regale with much bardliness as she did some training with Il Franco in your absence. Glorious lad that he be. Whereas over at the Harehold, there was much elation at the returns of Faunra and Rani. In Faunra's case, return to the monastery from where all the wine is and the orchids tend to live. Second. Bleh. That left me all dizzy. Yes, returned to the monastery, and also happened to mention that, Embla's blessing landed upon one of her companions, the Grandmaster's daughter, no less. So Ariel Astrael is blessed by Embla's grace with a huge throbbing horsecock and ample-sized balls. Now,
My girl.
very, very surprised with this knowledge, and already plotting is going on in the background. At the same time, with the return of Rani to the Harehold, there's been much bunny head patting and ear rubbing, and to delight at seeing the small scamperer Amin return. Hip, hip, and hooray.
Yay!
Yay! It's because she's so fucking precious.
She's so cute.
And down in Fairyland, you discover that it is a little less occupied than you might have expected for the winter, and that is because a large number of their forces have been escorted to the hive of Queen Asaviren in order to, well, train up the Hornets into something resembling a real fighting force, so that she might wrest control back from her mother and see an end to their cursed fate. Don't worry, Goat, we're going to get to you soon. But regardless, it is a relatively peaceful time for all. A plump cat followed tracks up from the fairy hold all the way to the holiday hideaway of Queen Asa herself, to be filled with egg. Many, many egg. She was treated incredibly well and made lusciously plump and pampered, and ate a bunch of meals before eventually returning to complete her skill training and other such bits and pieces. Lady Hallie has probably had the most pleasant of the winters, though, returning back to Hoof's Reach to chill with her family when nothing wrong actually happens for her at all. She is laden with clues as to the future and fate of Galeholt, but she has been laid claim to by a very large manticore who is determined that winter should be spent, well, you know, warm and pounding down pretty much relentlessly. Have reconvened with childhood friends, of which consist large Futahos and Honey in the Morning, her Fae beau. And although they seem somewhat scatterbrained, it's almost as though you had never left. They've gone on with their lives much as before. Let us see here. Excellent. Indeed, it is with the fun that we pick up, because, Lady Hallie, you have learned your childhood companion is Pargante, and for once she is keeping a child.
It's probably not best to start out with me.
Okay, then. We'll come back to that later, but she is Porgent with Fae Babas, and is asking if you would be the godmother. Especially
Yay.
considering you managed to make it back from your first adventuring out questing and remained alive, which she was warned, hold on with any family plans until we, make sure she actually does come back alive. And you did. Congratulations. They were going to keep their next child.
Yay, happy Hallie noises.
Of course, they should have waited for a better time to tell Hallie than when she was incredibly hungover. But they're sure you will be ecstatic when sobriety finds its way into you. Then, instead, we sidle back over to the Hairhold. Now, Ariel.
Mm-hmm.
There are public baths in the Hairhold.
Yeah, there sure are.
Do you reveal yourself, or do you stick to private bathing in your own little room?
I mean, they're gonna find out eventually, so might as well do that on my terms.
Excellent. I am now going to roll a whole lot of dice at you and see if any of those bunnies can get you to go to town. And start up one of those good old-fashioned Sir Ariel orgies back from your wildcard days.
Wasn't exactly planning on that, but okay.
Well, you have revealed yourself to, what is effectively just a fucking building full of horny young adults with nowhere to go over the winter.
This is true.
So let's see here. I'll use their. I'll just use their roll stat. Really, there's only like one particularly high level of success, so I think as far as a group test is concerned, they might have failed to sway you.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen with so many of those like that.
Yep. Done. A shame.
Oop, shit, hit the back button.
Oh no.
Oops. Dang it. That happens too often on this mouse sometimes.
I've done much the same many a time. Carla? Oh no. Carla's more into guys, handsome dudes.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah. They aren't all like gay or pan as fuck. Carla is in fact just into guys. I know, astounding.
Weird.
Astounding.
Yeah. There had to be a couple out there, the unique little snowflakes that they are, with their heteronormative tastes.
Yep. There's probably mirrors and all that in the bath in the big old public baths as well, isn't there?
Lots of mirrors?
Yeah.
Why, yes.
It's probably the first time I see the back of me for a while.
It probably is. Although you probably aren't even the first one to notice it. Someone else almost certainly will tell you that you have an incredibly cute tattoo. Probably the one who rolled that 18 is going to give you a spank on the rear at the same time. They are quite naturally charming, unlike the others.
I'll just kind of give a blank at that. Didn't know I had a tattoo.
Oh. Why don't you take a look over here then? And then she will gesture you to, like, probably one of the, if you imagine the hair washing benches, she'll just gesture you over to there and then pull up a mirror so you can see.
Yeah, I'll take a good look at it.
You must have been really shit-faced.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah. Congratulations, you have yes mother across your ass. In tramp stamp position.
So that's where that ended up.
So what happens if you say, is it magic? Is it magic like your dick?
Don't know. Have to find out.
I'm sure you'll find out eventually, I'm sure. And with that little piece.
So did you always have a tattoo? Or did you just get it recently, Ariel?
Must have been part of the blessing.
Oh, okay. I see.
Hair washing bench. Fuck, I didn't even notice.
Either that or it's been incredibly hidden and I must have not remembered it in my youth. I don't think I had one in my youth. Pretty sure I didn't.
At the very least, whoever rolled an 18 is very familiar with what your ass looked like in your youth, and we'll confirm that that seems to be a new, a new addition.
Yeah.
Big fan of your early works. Ooh, what flavor of fruits? What fruits have you got in your smoothie? Raspberry. Good choice. I am partial to cranberry and mango smoothie. Nom nom nom. Sharp, slightly bitter, mixed with overly sweet. Very nice. With a bunch of crushed ice.
Well, Emerald knows how to have fun. And she seems to have taken quite the liking to you.
Indeed, she has.
Excellent. Let's see here. So, it is later that Ariel, you're called up to meet your mother.
Okay.
She will sit you down and pours a cup of tea for the both of you. before pulling out a large parchment piece. Ariel,
Mm-hmm.
I have received a formal request for your hand in marriage.
From the orchids?
That's correct. It looks like they would be very interested in, well, seeing you married to someone in a similar position of power to yourself. Goes by the name of Mara Twiceburned. A little bit of a grim title, I'm sure, but, well, it's certainly a good opportunity.
One that I'm not exactly ready to jump into.
Um, I believe you should certainly take up this marriage. It's quite well arranged for you.
Why, though?
Obviously, the heir of the Hares needs a good, strong wife to continue the bloodline to give us some good, strong babies. You can't pine for a dead woman forever, Ariel.
And if she wasn't dead?
Well, then you can't pine for an oath traitor.
And if she were to find a way to make up for that?
Well, I'm sure that would be something for you and your new wife to figure out between you.
You're making it sound like you've already accepted.
Of course I have.
Is that how things between you and Mom went? Just up and one day you were forced to be married to her?
We were lucky, but it's not too far off now. And as you can see, we're quite happy.
I mean,
I've seen
you
this
two,
Lady Mara, and she's certainly your type, I would say. I wouldn't have chosen anyone ugly for you, heavens forbid.
at least would have wanted to know who. This is a lot to take in.
I'm sure it is. It's, you're welcome to ask any questions. I've got a large collection of informations here and also a number of holdings. They've even got a landed title between them. And you'd be in a position to inherit the monastery's winery. She will hand over a large, the large section of parchment that you've got, including there is a very tasteful artist's rendition of Mara herself, stood proudly. Looks to be like at the edge of a campsite, smiling at whoever is drawing this piece.
I will admit she is pretty.
Indeed. And I did ask Lyra to go and check just to make sure that it's not artistic liberties. She did confirm.
Still, though. I'm not pleased with you just immediately deciding to put me into marriage.
I understand that that might well be the case, but there are things that need to be done, and this is one of my roles as Grand Master of the Hair, I am afraid. It is not often that direct children of a line move on to a position of Grand Mastership. If I were to decline a request or offer like this, then it would be putting your future at risk. And the whole's future. So it's something that I take very seriously, regardless of the fact of the matter. So no, arrangements have already been made because it's much easier for you to already be, I hate to use the phrase backed into a corner, but yes.
Let me look over this contract and just let me see about stipulations and all that about it.
Of course, that's all on the other side. And she'll flip the paper over and you can actually see the marriage contract itself. It is a stipulation that under the next harvest moon, a marriage ceremony will be had and a large dowry paid, both to the hairhold and in their name to a select number of orphanages within Kingseat. The hairhold doesn't need all of the money, but the gesture needs to be grand enough, and they certainly decided that the best use for that would have been charitably. In fact, I believe that one of the orphanages you would recognize as the one that Faunra and Rani came from. At such points that the marriage happens, they would come together in union. Your surnames would essentially become double-barreled between your surname and their title name. So you would become Sir Ariel Astriel Blood Orchid. And you would have access to a number of landed areas, all of their farmland, 2 monasteries, a church, and it looks like you would have the ability to withdraw from the monastery's treasury as and when it's required, of course, under the stipulation that business is not harmed in you doing so. At the same time, it looks like Mara Twiceburned herself would have access to the soldiers of the hair for what would be considered active sorties against the beasts of darkness. Basically, the ability to raise knights and local militia folk if ever there were like a big incident where you guys weren't able to do so yourselves. So say you're off adventuring and gallivanting,
Right.
then, you know, the Hairhold isn't left literally defenseless because they aren't allowed to pull all the troops, like, because they aren't able to rally anyone. She has the ability to rally in your absence. And, most importantly, you can see that she would like no less than 4 children.
Hmm. Is there any sort of like stipulations or consequences for, say, backing out of the marriage or trying to figure out anything with that?
Because you haven't signed a marriage contract, there isn't a stipulation for what a divorce would entail, although this one has already been listed and underlined. It is your mother who will pull out another contract where she has figured out the terms of divorce. In that, so that the Hairhold can't be usurped as far as like holy war is concerned, she will put it, because they can be rather intense. In the event that a divorce occurs, then Grand Mastership of the Hairhold will go to a lieutenant position and will be taken entirely away from both families. So obviously that would be quite heartbreaking to Ariel herself, but sorry, to your mother herself, but
So my hands are tied then. If I want to become Grandmaster, I have to do that.
that's correct. I'm sorry, there are the numbers of times that any Hold's child has become a Grandmaster can be counted on one hand since the incarnation of Grandmastership in the first place. There are certain costs that must be paid.
she's just gonna sit there speechless for a little bit.
Your mother will patiently sip tea, refill her mug, and fetch what appears to be a small batch of shortbread biscuits. Or cookies, sorry.
I do not know what to say to this. I really don't.
I wish I could say I'm sorry, but I believe that this is a good arrangement for you, dear.
I suppose there isn't really anything I can say to it.
I mean, I'm obviously interested in your thoughts. If you find them disagreeable, then that is my burden to bear.
I don't want to exactly just be married to this woman that I haven't met, that I've only seen here in this only photo. But it seems my hands are tied if I want to achieve the dream of being a Grandmaster of the Hair.
I understand.
Mother, can you
Yes,
swear to
dear.
me that what I'm about to tell you does not leave this room?
Of course. One moment then. She reaches beneath her little desk and pulls out, looks like a little roll of scrolls. She'll pluck one up, read it, and make arcane gestures about the room. And then you can, sort of as though like a tinnitus-y noise sort of formed into building before it winks out and leaves you in silence. She'll gesture. Go right ahead.
When I said, what if she wasn't dead? I meant that.
I personally suspected that she was an Oathbreaker in the end, yes.
Once more, she's in the service of the daughter.
The daughter of the Eternal King?
One and the same.
Well, that's certainly good for her, although she still has not returned home or left a message or quite any kind of permission for this. I'm glad to hear that she is alive and doing well, but she is still, by all rights, an Oathbreaker, Ariel.
Okay, here's go. Does I'm pretty sure that uh Anessa knows that I was the one who did the stuff to make her become the bunny, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Can
also,
that be?
she swore in her oath formally after the matter and
Oh
was,
yeah. Okay.
was a Knight of the Hair for, a year before going AWOL.
Is there any way for her to make that up?
Eventually, I'm sure, but at the same time, that isn't for me to say. Not yet, at least. If she goes about killing, Dracul, then great. Obviously, there's very little I could say in offense of that statement. And I'm indeed sure your zealous wife would be delighted with this arrangement. It's not uncommon to have multiple marriage partners, I'm sure. But as she stands right now, she's not in a position where she can be formally part of any such proceedings. Nor do I suspect she would want to be. You didn't exactly leave on good terms.
No. No, she didn't. Though, I imagine a lot of that was my fault.
Yeah, she doesn't speak aloud on that matter. She will just busy herself with drinking from her cup. I am always relieved when a daughter of the Hares turns out to be alive rather than dead, but it is no small amount of personal shame that she has not returned to the fold or made her existence known to us. Regardless of her reasoning, I'm supposed to be the one person that she can trust above all, and in this capacity, I have been left wanting.
Suppose I should try and get to know this Blood Orchid woman over the winter.
Of course, I'm sure they'd be delighted to have you. I just hope you can keep up with the drinking habits. Then again, you've certainly shown to have experience in the past.
Yeah, I have. I may not be happy with this, but I am somewhat glad that you're taking everything into account and doing what you can to help me become the Grandmaster in the future.
Of course. You are still my daughter, and I want what's best for you, even if that might be awkward at times. I would not have agreed if I believed you would have found Miss Mara detestable in any fashion. Because, believe me, there is no end of these kinds of proposals that I actually get. At which point she will walk to what you see as an out tray. You've never seen this thing be anything less than full. You've never looked in it before. And she will pull off sheets and sheets of agreements. They've got dowries, names, titles, different holds, even, not just like lands, towns, and villages. And she will just like start folding through them all. I will be glad to cease getting these. I burn this stack dry every week. And I'll be right back. I can hear the door ringing.
Okay. Well, looks like my only choice for the future, guys, is to make a 2-wife plan happen.
That's right.
Or you say, fuck you, walk away.
Can't really.
You can, really.
No, I kind of can't really if I want to become a Grandmaster of the Hares.
Fuck becoming the Grandmaster of the Hair, become just a Grandmaster, there is a hair.
No.
Well, then it's your own, then you tie yourself up.
Yeah. That's why I said, like, basically I have to make 2-wife plan work now.
Or, have the other one killed.
Bun Knight is not that type of person.
No, that's why you hire somebody else to do it. Duh.
Again, Bun Knight is not the type of person to do that.
Yeah, they aren't the type to do that. That is a wording of not excluding the fact that they could do that.
just need to help Jen, distinguish herself and regain her honor. That's all.
I need to talk her back into like.
And talk her back into a relationship of some sort. Yes.
I was more gonna say like into making contact with the hairs again and
Oh yeah.
to
And I return.
reestablish herself from being like an oath breaker.
Ah, delightful. So, are you going down to the monastery?
Yeah, might as well. No time like the present, I suppose.
Excellent. It's like, a day away by winter, but it's the world's safest set of roads, and you can see that, it is winter and that is a vineyard, so most of the vines have had, looks like sheets and tarps tossed across them to protect them from the worst of the frost, so that they might be fresh again come spring. But the land around here has always been verdant and vibrant and strong, and there is a rich, earthy smell that, it smells like freshly turned soil, even though the ground is hard packed. The horse.
They don't do frost wine?
No, they don't need. That's not their vineyard speciality.
Ah, okay.
They do rich dinner reds more than anything.
Oh, well, yeah, but frost wine is the type of where you let the grapes sit out for winter. When the frost hits it, they pull most of the moisture out, the water out of the grapes, and leave the sugars still in. So it's a much deeper, richer.
It's possible that they have a few patches of the field that are set aside for that, but no, for the most part, it's a massive vineyard, so the majority of it's kept tarped over. It's quite hard to actually maintain it, vines like that, without them all just perishing, and it's quite a huge vineyard. So if they do that, they probably perform that on grapes a lot closer to the monastery's main building, where they can be checked and cared for daily.
Yeah, you have to get ice wine right away, the night of the frost, otherwise the grapes will rot.
Yeah. The steed that you have been loaned seems to be in good cheer as it trots along a familiar pathway between both holds.
Oh, am I
Although
using a
the-
borrowed steed? Because I have Volca.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back. That's right.
Yeah.
You do have your own steed, the Great Volca, who has been only too happy to receive just pampering, and it looks like has been given a set of barding. Indeed, probably as a gift from your mother. In no small part thanks to the dowry in your name. If you would like to put studded leather on Volca's sheet.
Sure. Let me go ahead and put that on there.
It appears they've been given barding in a very rich hair-hold finery.
Right. So let's see here. I just changed the armor class then, I guess, on it.
You should be able to actually... Yeah, it should be manually changeable. I think you just put on... Oh god, what is it? I forget studded armor. Is it 12 plus dex?
It is 12 plus deck, which I know, yeah, it's a little bit more than... It's 1 point more than what he's got normally.
Let's see here. Yeah, indeed. Hey, look, one point's a big deal.
Yeah, 1 point is a big deal.
Oh yes, you can see it's
5%
been,
more,
been struck
5%
up
less
in-
to be hit.
Yep, it's been struck up in absolute finery. And yeah, Ariel is actually already functionally married. Her mother has signed the papers regardless of the fact, and she has absolute authority in that concern. Really, her telling Ariel anything is just, a matter of courtesy, so good thing she accepted.
Okay then.
Yeah. I could have gone the entire winter not knowing I was married.
Yep.
To who?
To the sister of the matron of the Blood Orchids.
Okay.
This beautiful lady.
I think I need to refresh.
Which
I
one
don't
is
see her
this
on
one?
here. I don't see her there.
This is Mara Twiceburned, younger sister of the matron Mara First Blooded.
Scout, where are you
Shit,
at?
you
We're
don't
on the main page.
We're on
I
the main
thought,
page
I,
still.
I thought Shift Z went through.
No.
Nope.
It
have to
doesn't
be
go
on-
through
you-
pages.
No, you have to be on the
page?
same page.
Okay. In which case, I will just grab her and pull her.
You might as well just put her onto the NPC sheet because
Yeah, she
may
suddenly
as
became a
well.
very important NPC.
Yeah.
Well, not for long.
There you are.
Oh
No
yeah,
one's
right.
getting-
She hot.
No one's being assassinated, Hedrah.
Yeah, she
Oh,
sure is snacktacular.
Why is it like double fried?
Indeed, Ariel's going to get to learn that in a moment.
She's extra crispy.
That is, in fact, the name. Yes.
It's not just crispy; it's extra.
Extra crispy.
Yes, Volker has been well pampered and seen to in rich barding, the Hair Knight's livery quite proudly displayed, even with it looks like they've stitched a hair flag into one of the saddlebags. It's very nice. Now to explain what all those squires were running around with needle and thread for.
they treat you well, huh, Volker?
He gives you a noise that is a combination between a purr, a growl, and a hiss. It's probably a little bit unnerving and monstrous, but obviously Volker is pleased.
Don't worry. Even when we're away from the Herald, I'll make sure to give you as much pampering as I can.
And he makes the noise again with a swagger to his monstrous stride. And yeah. Eventually you arrive. There are very, I suppose, trussed up in nice, thick, comfortable furs, a number of very young women wearing, the livery of acolytes, essentially. You've probably at least once or twice seen Faunra in this attire, when actually doing nightly training in the hold while she was still an acolyte of this monastery, so it's not a new sight to you at all. And they will accept your steed and welcome you in and announce that you're of course expected. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes.
Is Faunra there at the monastery?
That's up to you. It is entirely likely, but you could also be at their herald.
Well, let's roll a flip a coin.
Sure. On a 1, yes, you are there at the monastery.
It is very appropriate for you to. Yep, there it is.
All right, here. Faunra is there at the monastery.
Yep. The real question, these acolytes have already been told to expect Sir Ariel's eventual appearance. Faunra, you might have known before Ariel knew. Roll me another D2. On a 1, you knew. You knew basically the moment that you told the Grand Mistress about Ariel's endowment that she would be Redfielding your companion. Or Redfielding her sister after your companion.
Mara, I need
Oops.
kids.
Then I guess Faunra will probably come out to meet Ariel. Ariel, you're here. Oh, good. I'm so glad you came.
Yes. Figured I might as well get to know her in person.
Yes, I've heard the fantastic news. I'm so happy for you.
Bueno.
bit of a strange smile, somewhat. Well, best to not keep them waiting.
Indeed, it is not Mara that you see first, but a slightly older woman dressed in like incredibly fine religious robes and vestments. This has a very Nordic flair to it, and you can see that she has this great big like fur stole across her. It appears to have fangs woven into it. Her clothing beneath the fur is quite sheer, and you can see just barely like the outlines of like underbust and muscle, a number of piercings, and some rather articulate tattoo of bleeding orchids running across her abdomen and wrapping around to her back. This is to be my new sister, Ariel. It is a pleasure to see you at last. Well, not at last, of course, but again after so long. Congratulations on your first sojourn against the darkness. And she will bow to you quite deeply with a warm, loving, and motherly smile on her face.
Yes, we had managed to make quite the journey against the darkness recently. One that will be continuing as well after winter.
Indeed, I am most delighted to hear the great works that you have gotten up to with the assistance of my very own daughters. She will smile proudly in Faunra's direction.
Yes, she has been quite the help. A steady hand and a heavy blade.
She will be matching me for scars yet soon.
I do not doubt it, with the severity of what we will be doing.
Yep. She will give you an innocent and somewhat whimsical smile as she approaches and wraps an arm around your shoulders and begins to guide you in deeper. Now, however, I must warn you about my little sister. She is terribly shy.
Oh,
Indeed, she has spent such time abroad fighting the darkness that she has returned somewhat touched by the violence. Of course, in cloistering she will recover, but it has been deemed that her time venturing out against the darkness has been brought to an untimely and early seizure. A great shame, but not the worst one, for it means that she can perform the secondary duty that is upon all of us, and that is to continue the propagation of our lines. With you, no less. The powerful and beautiful lady of the hair.
yes, I suppose so.
Let's see here. I have a reference for her body type. Give me but a moment to dredge that up. Let's see here. I'll put it in VCT because it's not exactly safe for work.
Oh,
She walks you into the cloister, possibly with Faunra in tow, exchanging conversation.
Nice.
Before you are presented to Mara Twiceband. She has been... It's a real good reference pick. It's a good body type right there. It's a strong play.
Titties like Taji.
Yeah, to an incredibly massive woman, both literally and in just stature as well. She is, however, dressed more like a virgin maiden with like loose fitting, semi see through silks like across her body, like robes. You can see that she still has a headband in place and what appear to be the painted markings of quicksilver tears down her eyes. She's got quite heavy makeup and a large number of piercings. Each of them glitters in the candlelight of the room that she is within. You can see almost immediately why she is referred to as the twice burned, as across her hip it looks like there is a large circular burn, like left side of the hip, that wraps around to the backside as though some great flame must have tore through her and come out the other side, or more correctly, or easier to presume, I suppose, some beast with fiery teeth bit down on her from both sides.
An impressive scarring.
And when she finally sees you, she begins immediately twiddling her index fingers together and blushing faintly, turning so you can get a good look at her. Again, plenty of piercings, tattoos, a number of small scars, and some surprisingly hard muscle. Or, I suppose, not so surprising, she needs an incredible back to hold up her front. And it looks like that continues in the ways of a quite prodigious rear to boot.
Mm-hmm. Well, I will step towards her, give her a knightly bow, and please make your acquaintance, Lady Mara. I am Ariel, Astriel.
And then she gives you a very like clumsy, bashful, and awkward curtsy, like holding up her veiled silks and such. Well, it looks like you can see as she curtsies that she is well shaved at the very least.
Whilst we have not personally known each other yet, I have heard a good many things about you.
I'm sure that you have. I promise I'm not quite as boorish as many of those tales might make me out to be. It is a pleasure to meet you, my wife.
Sorry, it hasn't exactly really sunk in that we're entirely married yet. Still getting used to it.
Of course, as am I. I always thought that I would have died on the field of battle to continue on the field of battle in a future of war against the darkness waiting for me.
I
I
would say it would
believe
be...
you've heard from Faunra the zealous belief of the endless battlefield.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would not do to disgrace such an ideal, but it would be a shame for one such as yourself to only meet at the end of the battlefield without pursuing the other half of Emma's beliefs of bringing more life into the world.
I see, and are you most prepared to bring life to the world? And she will look you over. For all intents and purposes, I don't know how strong your tuck game is. Is it obvious that you've got a bulge or not? Because she looks surprised that someone so feminine is beladen.
Well, let us find out here. No, my
Oh,
tuck game is not on point.
I mean, your tuck game might have been on point, but you are now painfully erect.
Yeah.
Yes. one can say I am very well prepared for that. Physically, at least. Emotionally, I'd like to think I'm prepared. But, as I say, you only learn once you have done it.
Well, my maidenhead is still quite intact. I would be honored to be my wife's first time. Well, for my first time to be in the hands of a loving wife. Yeah, your panties have been annihilated.
They
Let's,
were your favorite.
let's get to know each other first and foremost before just diving into that, though.
Of course. She will look nervous until as you're saying this, Ariel, the actual, blood orchid of this place will approach you from behind and plant both hands upon your shoulders, Ariel.
Uh-huh.
Please see to my sister's needs. It would not do for you to leave for the battle and leave her unfilled with child.
Of course, I'd like to get to know her first and before just diving in.
Oh, right. Yes, it's silly of me. I assumed you would be more prepared, but I suppose my little sister would be much more appreciative with some preparation. At which point, there's like a nervous head nodding from this from this massive woman. Again, very shy and bashful. Like her piercings actually jingle as with her emphatic nod. She will turn around. Faunra, would you get the good keg?
Of course.
And yeah, there is a large like keg that appears to have been chased in like silver and ivory, upon which is a little plaque at the bottom that reads, Maiden's Blessing is the name of this particularly fine vintage. Because it gets you fucking hammered.
Right. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and start making some small talk and trying to get to know Mara before we're forced to have this drink. Trying to assuage her somewhat. Just not like that. We're not just diving directly into this.
Sure. At which point she will, when you turn attention away from imminently boning down as a keg and a number of mugs are brought to you by Faunra, you are then escorted away to Mara Twiceburn's like living space. It looks like it's only very recently been moved into, which makes sense. She'll explain that she's been like, abroad of the monastery now for like 3 years, essentially just constantly fighting battle to battle. And now the place is laden with trophies. There are like broken blades, monstrous horns, tooth and claws. You can see that there is a massive skull that looks like its teeth have been cracked out, and the horns upon it are a like fourfold size, the match of the kind that she wears as a headband with a like Viking top braid and side shave look.
An impressive collection. I know Faunra takes trophies from beasts at times, but this is something else.
Indeed. Bringing this along was almost the struggle in and of itself, especially these teeth, as I nearly lost them inside me.
I'll look down to the scarring. I assume like the one around her waist. Was
Yeah.
it that one or?
Yep. She will gesture. The puncture wound is only yay big, and she'll like motion. I don't know, like the width of a drink's can, perhaps. But you can see that the burn itself spreads out a few inches from there on either side.
Well, it is no doubt you're the impressive warrior.
Uh, it gratifies me to hear you say as much. I know that you yourself, despite your youth, are very accomplished as far as fighting beasts of darkness are concerned. We have heard as much from the Lady Faunra as she was talking about you.
I'll just wave it off. I've been lucky. I still have a long way to go before being a truly accomplished warrior.
Please, what we think of as luck is often the goddess's blessing. There is no such thing as luck in this world. There is only whether we were fated to succeed or not. And you, my dear, have been fated to succeed. And this is pleasing.
I suppose so. Then I'll just have to believe that I'm fated to succeed in the rest of my journeys.
Of course. And then she will sit down. I apologize that I only have the one chair, but I can certainly sit here. And then she settles down onto a bed, which makes that very suggestive creaking noise before she, I suppose, punches open a keg more than anything. You get to see for the briefest moment that it's like hard muscle and whipcord tendons in her arms. She just puts force to will, and then she will dip a cup within and serve you a drink. Here, for you, my wife.
Yes, thank you.
At which point she will regale you with tales of faces against the darkness and strange mysteries and histories learned. It's surprising to find that she is actually somewhat of an academic, despite her brutish appearance. She confesses that as far as her memory, it's not the best, but in literal education, she was highly classed back in the day. Do you have any questions for her? She might be able to answer some as per law.
Well, I am searching about a patron of mine. A weapon of legendary repute, the Lance of Light itself.
You search for the Rungaminiad.
Yes.
I thought it, well, not lost, but shattered.
Pieces exist, yes. I have been granted power by the spirit behind them, partially in what I believe to be the hopes to bring them together once more.
Interesting. Have you already come across such pieces in your journeys then?
I have seen one piece, but it is in the claims of another that is beholden to their power.
Is this a blessing that you must wrest from them in combat, perhaps?
I do not believe so.
I can tell you of one such place where I have seen evidence of Rungaminiad's passing. There is a great beast that sits in a crater with its heart and head split open, but the body does not decay, and it defies conventional methods to harvest it. It attracts a great many beasts in its own right and makes for a very successful hunting ground, as I experienced some 2 years ago.
I see.
And I will slide you guys over to the map. She will gesture at Heart's battlefield. This point here on the map, not far from your last recorded lance sighting. There is a body there. It attracts beasts.
Oh, that is very useful. Seems I have a lot of leads into that area.
Indeed. Well then, I hope that this turns out well for you. I'm sure there will be a great many monsters that you can slay. Oh, how I would love to join you out there, my wife, but I have been warned that one too many forays into the darkness have left their marking on me. At which point she would then awkwardly blush and shuffle and rub away at the makeup beneath her eyes, where it looks like heavy painting of quicksilver tears. And you can see that it is clean beneath before it wells up from her eyes once more and drips down to the exact same position before drying once more. It was Embla's last warning, her tears of silver.
Then I shall have to do my part to bring you a many collection and trophies of it, and regale you with the tales themselves, such so that you might believe that you've experienced it yourself.
Oh, you touch my heart so truly. At which point she will take a heavy, heavy drink from good old Maiden's Blessing. Do you partake of the beverage?
I'll take a drink of it.
Sure, give me a con save.
Okay.
All right, there is a flush of heat to you, but you are stoic and stonk. Now let us see how a level, what is it? I think she's level 9 as a barbarian. Fuck. I should have built like an NPC sheet for her, but I've already got so many that I'm quite lazy by this point.
So you're saying that the wife is a 9?
Oh yeah, totes. 25. Okay, yeah, she's good. At which point, once both of you turn out to hold your own, she's gonna like reach under what appears to be a chest full of, like, again, yet more articles of war and success, and pulls out some much larger looking flagons that usually are made for drinking mead out of, and she will fill them with Maiden's Blessing before handing you one.
I'll accept it.
Skull, and she will cheers you.
Indeed.
No, she has no immunity to poison. She's immune to diseases. Yes, yeah.
She can cure poison, but
she can
has-
cure it.
has to do that actively.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, she will cheers you, and then join you in getting rightly shithoused.
Yeah.
Eventually,
I'll try and see if I can't get anything more from her, not like actual like stories of valor or something like that, but more things she likes that aren't just exactly battle and things she dislikes, that type of thing. You know, try and get to know him somewhat better.
of course. She will confess that her favorite animal is one called the crocodile. She thinks that their little bumpy snouts are adorable and that they are very entertaining for wrestling.
I think I'd seen a crocodile up in Kingseed, or one similar to it.
It sounds near expected. I met them around the swamps. Oh yeah, Bob has literally transformed into a badgerdile before.
Oh yes, and I know a druid friend of mine, though he's more of a cross between a badger and a crocodile. They have a thing with badgers. I'm not entirely sure why.
That is because I believe they are fierce creatures and they always go for the balls. Much like your druid friend, so far as I have been informed.
Yes, he tends to do that. Yeah. Well,
Somebody finally fucking got the theme. Hooray!
I mean, I
Well-
got it, but I've never had a character who's in their right to say it. Like, this is the first opportunity I've gotten to be like, this is why.
yeah. After a while and drinking more of this and everything and getting to know better, see if she's still up for that first night.
Absolutely. At which point she slips away her vestments and reveals that after, like fucking 3 horns of Maiden's Blessing, she's quite wantsome.
Yeah, so give me just a moment and I will drop my common clothes and cloak and I'm at right attention.
Yep. As you like take off your clothing, you can see like your panties fall away with them because you tore the band of those immediately. They didn't stand a goddamn chance. Very nice bra on though.
Oh, those will need replaced.
Let's see here. Would you like to make a roll?
Yeah,
I'm gonna make hers a disadvantage because she is literally a first timer.
I'd like to try, let's see. Is there any way I can get advantage? I don't think there really is a way for me to get advantage since I'm still kind of new to using this myself.
Okay, it is a very bashful, shit-faced first time between you. However, she will ensure then that just means you have to stay for a couple of extra days to ensure you take.
Yeah, so perhaps you'd like to come to the Hair Hall as well. It's a very nice place.
It is certainly, I hear, very busy, but of course I would be glad to do so. It makes only sense, and I must formally thank your mother. I have
Yes.
not yet had chance to feel like a woman.
Well, if it serves well and we continue to live long lives, shall feel like a woman most often.
She again becomes very like uncharacteristically, or I suppose it is actually characteristic for her to be shy and blushy, but as far as her body type is concerned, uncharacteristic, shy and blushy. You find that she apparently, just struggles in general to make conversation, but certainly tries her best at least.
Yeah, I'll try and help her with that as much as I can. Make a conversation as easy for her as possible.
Yeah. All right, awesome.
Suppose I should make a few more rolls over winter to try and actually.
Yeah. Why don't you give me? We'll go with 6 rolls. I'm going to pull an average and see if she comes out per grante from an average.
Okay. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Wow, you really
Are these supposed to be
you really
contracts?
hit your stride.
Well, chances are
She found out like pretty like after like attempt 3 that getting a finger in your ass when you're mid-hilt is exactly what it takes to find your fun button. Then yeah, it is more than ample performance to fill the lady. Give me some con saves. Let's see if she takes.
Oh yeah, Constitution saving throws.
And she has Endless Blessing, so guess what she gets to make at advantage.
At advantage.
Oh,
how many
the,
do you
the
want?
69 though.
Yeah.
Oh, fucks. All right, I won't even bother. Yeah, it's the 69. I'm sorry, you got the 69. That's it. You succeeded. She's per grand.
Yep.
I'm sorry. Those are the rules for sex. I didn't write them. Savin did, to be fair, but
You didn't write it, Savin did.
Yeah.
It's Embla's will.
Embla-
I'm sorry. It's just how
Emma
it is.
clearly wanted me to do it. Otherwise,
Yep.
why would I have gotten a 69 on the first Constitution save?
Yep, that's just how that goes. Praise it. It looks like the Hagen praise, but what you do is you make the same motion, but you bend over so your hands are touching the ground. No. That's not the Embla hole. That's the Hagen hole.
Wait a minute. Hagen didn't do that.
Well, no, but they do refer to the asshole as Hagen's hole. That's why God isn't looking.
Yeah, it's true.
Again, that's your fault too that that's a thing. But yes, her lily is quite filled, so to speak. Yep. I mean, with that many performance checks, she is more than willing to experiment. Yeah. Yeah. You. I mean, with those performances, you're great. You rolled the 69. She is purgent, but like for probably like a solid week of your time in the Hairhold with Mara visiting, you have some very, very bruised hips. But luckily, you recover from that rank of exhaustion every day to get it all over again.
Yep.
It is the wicked cycle of fun. And that is Ariel's adventurous winter is spent with your surprise wife. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see here. I don't have the energy or ability to roleplay with myself that hard for a like full-size wedding. But trust me when I say that you really do get one, and like basically the majority of the monastery comes over to visit the entire Hairhold. And they throw the ragerest of fucking parties. So let's see here. I'm gonna make a general roll for every hair in attendance to just see if, like, the next day an entire night hold is too hungover to do anything. The overall hold's con stat is not their highest one. They get a +1. Wow. Okay. So, so their hair hold knows how to motherfucking party.
Damn right we do.
Like it's astounding. Like there is such a rager that it is surprising that a portion of the hairhold is not on fire. But by the time the morning's up, like everyone's got bags under their eyes and they're doing morning stretches.
Did you see that cart? They flipped the bitch.
They flipped a cart, yeah, obviously. They had some fucking druids turn part of the grounds into just a fucking pool party. It was a good time. Yeah, your friends, they're going to be so mad when they find out. And hey, Ariel, you do get a wedding gift that is yours in particular.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'll make a cute little handout for it. Let's see here. It is a beautiful ring chased in gold and electrum, and it looks like someone has on purpose like carved the flat end of a ruby into the shape of a lily. It is owned by the many line of lilies of the blood orchid. It is a ring of betrothal. Rare magical item. Boop.
Aw.
Wow.
Ooh. That's pretty nice.
Ooh, I got a little type.
Without concentration?
Yep. The ring
Ooh.
does the concentration.
Boy.
Lordy.
That is a good ass ring.
Yep.
Way better
It's
than
only the blessed
getting a
though, but-
watermelon. TBH.
Like Frida's loot.
Yeah.
It was part of the inspiration, as good as been.
Hmm.
Alright, this can of caffeine is finished, and I need to fetch more to put in myself. So I'll be right back in a sec. And also, some cookies.
Nice.
Nice.
So, would I have been told, like, when the wedding was happening, Scout, so I could have sent, like, dream sendings out to people?
Yeah, I think so. But the reality is I don't think anyone can reach you. Well, no, actually, no, there's hold teleportation.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have sent it out to my friends then.
Mm-hmm.
Tajana's the only person who might be out of reach in general. No, she's in reach. I don't know if it's taking place when she's at the Queen Buzz or the Fairy Hold, but
No idea. But, I mean, I put them out there, so you guys could have been part of the party if you wanted to.
yeah, fuck yeah. Go over there.
I mean, if I'm not Pregante myself, I'd probably make the attempt. Yes.
Yeah, we get to see old man Tristan.
That is true. You're lacking of vitality, but tell you what, Cass has the cure for that Trist. The very least enough to give you like a couple of days worth of juice.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, she'll hand you the flask. It worked while you were jonesing. It should be enough temporary vitality for you to walk around like you haven't loaned most of your soul to a demon.
Has she told me what's in this yet? You like
She will explain a very rich, powerful cognac, some of her blood.
Oh, okay. Right. That's what I thought. All right.
Yeah, it is part cognac and part her blood.
Just very much being a ghoul.
Yeah. Well,
Mm-hmm.
no wonder it's so sweet. Chug.
God damn it, she turns into a fucking blushing mess immediately. That was not the compliment she was expecting.
Nice split takeover did that.
I think that was the DM.
Yeah. I
She
think
am
DM.
become tomato.
Yeah, you don't have to whisper those, Ariel. Let's see here. Multiple wives. Mara tells you that she would have to vet this other wife of yours before getting pouty and bashful.
Yeah, so I wouldn't just immediately grab another wife without making sure is somewhat fine with the other.
Hey,
Of course.
At
And
least,
as for
that-
Caliban's history, she promises to look into it over the over the spring and summer, and hopefully come back to you with information in the autumn. But she'll have to go through a bunch of old records that she's just never had reason to go through before.
Oh,
well,
was it Bob?
just say this. Bob can teach, not teach, but give some pointer to the wife about the art of dick sucking.
Sure, I'll give her advantage on her next performance. Let's see here. Oops. She destroys you.
Oh.
She fucking destroys
Oh,
you on your
God.
wedding night.
She
It is not her.
the special.
Yeah.
She's not the one who can't walk anymore. It's you who can't walk.
Yep. Yeah, Ariel, you are now you know exactly what every single one of Bob's DILF partners have known.
Holy shit, I did not give that druid enough credit.
You're like holding onto the headboard for like dear life, as though you might, if you release your grip, just collapse and never get back up again.
It seems like that's all of me. I'll just spend the rest of winter doing my trainings, getting to know the wife better, getting to know family better, having a nice downtime of winter.
Yeah, Isabel asks if she is welcome as a +1. She'd love to meet all of your companions properly.
Yeah, sure.
Similarly, if anyone else brings a +1 to the party, let me know who said people might be. But otherwise, you all get a final, get your own chance to meet this precious ginger bean.
Oh my goodness, she's adorable.
She is the sweetest sweetheart.
I love her.
Yeah.
So you're the one Tristan pines for back home.
She will blush at that and grin. Of course he pines for me. Look at me, I'm perfect.
I can certainly see the appeal.
And yeah, she will learn as much as she can of your various tales and exploits. Jessie is majoritively a wallflower because it's a forest night at a large party in a different hairhold. But certainly admires the shit out of the matron mother of the Blood Orchids for sure. Well, with her being, huge, tattooed, and pierced.
All right. Can I wingman for Jessie?
That's a good question. It's not an easy wingman. She's kind of married to the Order itself, but you can certainly give it a go.
Look, she doesn't need to be married to Jessie.
Well-
She just needs to crush her.
Hey, Savin,
Yeah.
you know what's good for this?
Uh,
Enhance ability.
yeah, I'll take that.
Eyebrow waggle.
All right. No!
Oh.
All right.
Oh,
By the time you reach her, Mara is
Shit.
already fucking shithouse drunk.
Whoops. Oh well. Sorry, Jess, I tried.
It's not even 96.
Nope.
No, Scott.
Nom,
Just
nom,
abject failure. Oh well.
These are nice cookies, but I'm slightly disappointed because they're replacement cookies. Because the ones I wanted were out of stock. I wanted
I
a
didn't have
bunch.
any weed.
A bunch. I wanted buttery shortbread, but I got triple chocolate cookies because they were out of shortbread.
What about whole bread?
We have a bag. We have a bag of that, but it's not quite as munchable as it is sandwichable. I should figure out how to make shortbread at some point.
You know what would be fucking nice right now? Some hot scones.
Ooh, that too. With I very well, not very recently, but somewhat recently had a bunch of warmed cherry scones with brandy butter on them.
Oh, that sounds fucking choice.
The scones were just warm enough to melt the butter. And it was so fucking good. Sorry, I'm like every single part of my sinuses are just suddenly gone. You're exploding. Give me a moment. Yeah, Ariel, not long after the badger's away, you are abducted by your wife so that she can show you what she's been educated at. And then, yeah, Ariel isn't seen for like the rest of the day. Oh, God, I just blew my nose. One sec. Okay. Dying a little bit, but we get through. Whew. Yeah.
Now
Let's
Ariel
see
will
here.
finally understand why that knight was still having issues like a couple of weeks later.
Yep.
And what
And
was the
how
thing?
poor Bob got so concussed. Oh yeah, Carla's gonna do a flirt with Trist
Oh yeah.
since
I
you're
mean,
in the hair hold.
fuck yeah.
And you can see that she has a very, very, very pretty, like, I was gonna say dress, but she's definitely more of like a lady suit kind of gal.
Nice. I imagine, like, given the context, it's probably more like military suit style.
Probably more bardic than anything.
Really?
Like
Alright.
she's traditionally a bard, so if she goes out and wants to impress at a party, she doesn't really go
Oh
ad
god, she's a
military. She
bard.
goes,
Okay.
yeah. She goes like, you know, ad suited fantasy, a little bit what ho, if you will.
Understood.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Gotcha, Cap.
Right down to the frills.
Well, nice. Let's hope there are no chandelier accidents at this party.
And luckily, it's like an outdoor party. Someone would have to bring in a chandelier with a crane. Then again, this is a hair party of infamously like shit housing proportions, so it's possible someone will bring in a chandelier so that they can all take turns.
Well,
Uh,
yeah.
Isabella's going to tease you for having a thing for redheads.
What can I say? It's the best color.
Sure have. And then at one point, Will, when you aren't looking, hook arms with Carla, walk her away. They have a brief discussion. They appear to come to some kind of an agreement, and neither of them will tell you what their conversation was about. But Carla seems to be quite happy to continue entertaining you.
Oh no, that's the most worrying thing that could possibly have happened.
Yep.
Don't worry about it. It's nothing. It's not like she's just becoming the head leader of the harem. Don't worry about it.
Alright, that's
Yeah,
happening. Okay.
you don't even know it. Yeah, she's a bard, so she's secretly head girling you, and you don't even know it yet.
I mean, she did also like emotionally dominate Cass when she came to the Dragonhold, so you know, okay.
She is. Yeah, I think that probably was when she realized she could be head girl. Is when she fucking owned it. Absolutely 100%. Cass was just won over by this surprising force of personality from the, for all intents and purposes, like timid, sweet, and innocent-looking bard. Because she does. She
Yeah.
looks like a little sweet bean who has mischievous, innocent thoughts.
Ain't no innocence behind those eyes.
Yeah, behind that like adorable little smile burns the heart of a bard.
Excellent. Well,
Excellent.
there's nothing I can do about that, so time to get fucking drunk and party. This is the first time Tris has not felt like dog shit in years. Years, I mean like 3 months.
Yeah, yeah. If everyone like overindulges, please all give me your own Constitution saves. Trist, because you are in fact full of the opposite of poison, you can make yours advantage.
Yay! 15. It's the lowest con
God,
save I've ever
Faunra.
rolled.
Faunra is so stout. I mean, 15 is fine. That is the DC for like just drinking way too much. Let's see here. Jesse. Oof.
Oh,
You were
She's gonna
not
have a
prepared
rough.
for the hair.
She's gonna have a rough morning.
Listen, it's fine. We have the perfect cure for that. It's called hair the hair.
Hair of the hair that bit you.
Oh,
Oh no!
no!
Cassie gets royally hammered.
No, don't you have advantage on against poisons, general,
Um,
from them?
only when she's taking advantage of it. She's day drinking, so no,
Okay.
not really.
Yeah, why would you want to take advantage of not getting drunk?
Well, more's the fact that if she's in an entire hold surrounded by like fuck knows how many paladins, she isn't going to do anything that might rumble her.
Also that, yeah. If
Uh,
there's one place to be worried about being discovered by a bunch of paladins and zealots, it is this place.
Yeah, so she
Oh.
indulges greatly and lets it happen, and will tomorrow regret letting it happen. But you know, Tajana just utterly fucking wrecked.
how about Tiara and Ronnie?
Let's see here, Tiara. I might make a sheet so you can fill out Arani because I don't have any stats for her. Let's see here, Tiara. Con. Nope. Also shithoused. So far,
Isn't-
Faunra and Tristan are the only people to keep their shit together.
It's like you've never had
Typical.
hair, wine, or alcohol before, guys. Come on.
Had Seder wine, but not recently.
Isabel, yeah, alright, she'll drink like a bard.
That gets him hornier.
Oh,
than
no.
Shit faced. Whoa.
Okay, I clearly cannot sneak off with Carla. I need to actually take care of Belle.
Oh my God, Isabel. Oh no.
She and Cass probably were drinking together at the same time. They're both crit failures.
You
Don't
know, on
you worry.
second
You have fun with Carla. Those two are going to be like they're going to get shit housed together and then be miserably hungover together.
You know what? Okay,
gonna
as
wake
long
up in
as
bed
long as she's
together.
not alone here in the hole.
She's going to hate life when she
Somebody's
wakes up.
actually- Yeah, Bob is designated driver this time, so
What level would Ronnie be?
Let's see here.
5, I imagine.
Yeah, probably 5.
I will build something out for you.
Let me give you a sheet. Character sheet.
I've already got I've already got a mostly completed human wizard on my other side on my test game, so I can just
Okay,
export and import.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. I wanna swing from the chandelier. Also, hey pets, don't forget that you're. Wait, why is your level written down as 6? Oh yeah, of course your level's written down as 6. You got you.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
You,
Yeah.
I forgot. Look, I'm sorry. I'm fighting to stay awake.
I know.
Yeah. You got owned.
Don't remind me.
So owned.
Hey,
I do need to level the.
I know.
I do need to
Yeah,
level
I
the
know.
companions up because they're all set to 4 right now.
mm,
What have I got the companions up to 7 yet? I think I do. Nope, they're all 6. I need to do them too. I'll do that all after session. Would you be pretty happy with that outcome if Izzy like gets laid with Cass? Yeah, I mean, by the point you're sneaking off, they're just both getting outrageously drunk. They haven't yet reached hangover times. That will be later.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to make sure they aren't like endangering themselves with drunkenness. That's all.
Nah,
No,
they're in good.
no,
They're in
no,
good
don't
company if
worry.
they are.
Yeah, I'm sure Faunra
Papa.
will keep an eye on things.
Just pats Tristan on the shoulder like a badger, gives a thumbs up,
Yeah, thanks, old buddy.
he just
Let
walks
me-
over.
All right, I have enough here where I could just roll a d20. Let's see. Oh my god! Actually, wait. No.
Does she have a 0 con mod or a +1?
Neither. Have you
Does
seen
she
She has a
have
Ronnie?
negative
Legendary +3 con
Have
wizard.
you seen how small Ronnie is? Of course, she's got a -1.
Con? Oof.
So she got a 13. That's still better than most of the party, TBH.
Yeah. She's going to be hungover, but certainly not as bad as certain other people. Overall, of course, the Night Hold has done well for the Hares. They all got their 19, collectively speaking. Yeah. The wedding goes off. I was about to say without a hitch, but technically, at least one person is getting hitched.
Yeah, congratulations.
Mazel tov.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now you know at least what Sooth felt like. The first time he went to the High Priestess. You just start to drain moisture from your surrounding.
Yeah, right now you
consuming
exist
by
only by
osmosis.
osmosis, yeah. Don't worry, being dried out means all of that alcohol is just way easier to absorb. Would you like to give me your constitution save, Ariel? Not even for drunkenness, just raw-ass dehydration.
Yeah. Sure. Let's see here.
You know, the fact that you still
Can
tried
I-
out, at least you could be pickled.
Can I say that I don't have disadvantage because of my flaw?
Let's have a look. What was your flaw again? I freaking forgot.
The very first line.
Yeah, go for it.
I clicked the button. Oh,
Whoa.
That's
it's not a
five.
crit fail.
It's not a crit fail like a reasonable number of people got, but yeah, your head's going to be ringing in the morning.
That's fine.
But your wife is very purgent. She had a great time and enjoyed being treated like a delicate little maiden. Not that she would ever admit it to anyone, because she looks like a terrifying monster of a woman. With huge, skull-crushing titties.
Well, she'll always be my little delicate maiden.
Aw.
And yeah, Tris, what do you make for them as a wedding present?
I am going to make them a set of matching metal bracers. So 4 bracers in total. All with cute little bunny rabbits and orchids. Like rabbits playing in a
Aw.
field of orchids, and I'll have them dyed in.
Lovely.
You'll definitely see me come after winter with those bracers on.
I don't really want to
Indeed.
see you come, but alright, thank you.
Yeah, you do.
You know what I mean.
Yeah, excellent. Congratulations. Of course, Hallie is much beloved, and her Manticoric partner is very, very popular. The poor Stray is in the death zone from the drink dimension.
Yeah, Stray's having a rough time, I think. Is Stray even still here right now? Or is she,
I don't know. I believe she might just be muted and listening. Which is fine.
That's fine.
Let's see. Okay.
Sakina, when are you gonna go after the unicorn?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is
And-
something I have to go and do during this downtime.
Have you not learned your lesson about traveling during winter, Kina?
It's not that far. It's literally like 2 squares away.
It
It's
isn't.
two. It's like
It's true.
2 map tiles.
And
It's
I
two
take
map
it
tiles
you
and
aren't going to be
requiring
going
people.
alone this time. Yeah.
I'm going to hire some rangers. Or
That's a good idea.
I would assist you, but I'm currently as a dried razor.
You're very occupied this winter. You didn't expect to be quite so occupied, but you are.
Yep.
At the same time, I need to double check. Let me.
And you know what? Can you just give me a character sheet? Actually, this is not working out actually for me on my side.
Of course.
I don't have access to like the scribe and I'd have to manually do everything.
I mean, I don't have access to the scribe either. You're gonna have to manually do it.
Oh, shit.
I don't own any sheets. I already give Wizards of the Coast enough money without buying their books twice to use on just this.
Fair enough. All right, never mind then.
Yeah, you'll have to do it manually.
Yeah.
I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy all the books on D&D Beyond. It's like fucking 200 quid's worth of book by this point,
There's a lot.
and I don't get a PDF, which I will forever be salty about. Especially after preparing for E, and still finding that even today all of those resources are copious, recorded, and available. The idea that that's just not going to be the case for 5e bothers me a lot. Let's see. I am also going to do some scrollies and double check all of those roles for the thingamajig groups friggin' in spying and intelligence, etc. roles. There they are. Okay, cool. I need to double check all that stuff because that will soon be irrelevant to recapitate you on. Now then, Faunra,
Yes. Hi.
the hunt for the unitard.
Yes, the unicorn.
The unicorn.
Unicorn.
Oh no, not Unicron. He's gonna eat the entire world.
Or it is the unicorn. Now then, what do you bring to entice a unicorn with? Because obviously you're going to need some kind of bait in mind. There's some reason why it should join you in your righteous endeavors. Because righteous as they are, the unicorn is a intelligent yet solitary critter, unless accompanied by a herd of wild horses. So obviously you must entreat it as though you were entreating a human. Just a human with the tastes of a horse.
Mm.
You might be able to get some grapes from like your orchard or something. Or not orchard, but your winery or whatever. Talk your matron into like saying like, hey, there's this beast of light up here that I'm gonna try and get to join our cause. Can you give me any tips or helps?
Yeah, I was thinking about since I don't actually have that much downtime, actually, to do on like downtime stuff, I could use an action to look into a unicorn and what into the lore of a unicorn, like, and figure out what I might do to attract its attention.
Yeah, sure. Rani will happily help you with that.
Yeah.
In fact, presumably you'll want to do the roll with her and then have Faunra do an assist.
Yeah.
Go for it if you've got her numbers vaguely figured out.
Let's see. It's let's see, downtime actions. That's
I will be right back.
to
in a sec.
gather
Figure that out.
information,
Okay,
research
those
lore,
are
it's an
lost machine
intelligence
basically.
check.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I think up to a 4 plus. It's just is it just a raw intelligence check? It is. No, it's ability check. So let's see. Would that be, I guess, a nature check or arcana?
For a
A
unicorn?
unicorn. Yeah, for a unicorn.
I think it'd be religion
It's
or
a
nature.
magical-
I'd
No,
say nature for
it's a
sure.
magical beast. It's a magical beast. That falls under Arcana. A regular beast and stuff like that in nature falls under nature. Magical beast falls under Arcana. And the
I s-
unicorn is pretty fucking magical, as we know.
Magical
Yeah.
beasts don't exist.
I still
in
think it'd be nature or
5e.
religion, since like the whole entire legend of unicorns and everything like that.
Actually, okay, unicorns are celestials. It's religion.
That's there you go. Religion or nature,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, it's
Whichever they're the strongest in.
It'd be the same.
So religion.
Hmm.
Um,
10 plus Gene has one question. That's enough for a question for one question at least.
And back. Sorry about that. For some reason, my roommate never hears the the tumble dryer when it's finished. So I always have to turn it off, otherwise it
That's
beeps
fucking
forever.
annoying.
I don't know why. Oh god, these are some gross paracetamol. It tastes like a crushed insect.
ugh.
I'm used to dry swallowing tablets. These ones are. Ugh. God, that's acrid. Hot. God, I know why those are the cheapest pills. They are definitely at cost pills. I rarely ever get like fancy brand stuff for painkillers. There's just no point. Just get any old store brand crap. And these ones were like astoundingly cheap, but you know, it's just fucking paracetamol, same ingredients. They saved not putting a casing on those for sure. But yes, let's see here. What you get?
I got only just a 12,
Okay.
but that's enough for one question.
It is indeed.
It was we collectively decided that it was going to be a religion check because unicorns are like celestial creatures, sort of.
Yeah.
Religion is not one of Ronnie's strongest research areas. Let me see. So now I have to think of a question. Just one, though.
You get one question.
I guess it could just be a more generalized question.
Mm-hmm.
What? Like, what would entice a unicorn
Yeah,
to go on
basically.
a crusade?
Sure. I mean, that can certainly be your question. You obviously aren't going to get like a one-to-one answer, but I can give you a good idea.
More like, how would I gain the favor of a unicorn? Or how do you gain the favor of a unicorn?
All right. There are a number of ways to do it. I'll make a little list. Either defeating the unicorn's favored foe, rescuing an innocent maiden in the unicorn's company, or at direct request from the fairy queen.
Well, I can't just go and ask the fairy
You
queen.
actually can.
Yeah, but that feels kind of, I don't know, unearned.
Yeah, I think Faunra would probably be way down for that first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
What? Now I need
But
to
like
figure
I
out
said,
what.
you can, if you will, is a different thing.
Rescuing an innocent maiden. Have we done that? I don't.
I mean, we've helped a lot of innocent maidens. I don't think we've rescued any, really.
Well, the town.
And that's not an individual maiden, though. That's the town.
That's
Then the other one is.
We rescued. Well, they're not necessarily maidens, but we rescued a lot of Fey maidens in the Undertower.
That's true. What is a unicorn's favorite foe then? A nightmare? No.
A bicorn.
Or is it down? Would that be down to like an individual unicorn?
Ronnie can give you her best guess, and that would be since unicorns are intelligent, they probably have individual foes. But understandably, she has struggled in dredging up good information. Like learning that a unicorn might have a favored foe is probably what question 2 would be if you'd had one. It's kind of the format of these things. Like you could only ask one question, so you made it a general one. So unfortunately, what I gave you was generalized responses, the kind other people might use for more tests.
Well, Ronnie doesn't have anything other to do than just to hang out, I guess, in the Herald for winter.
She could make another test. I'll let you have one more.
Oh, that time she did it.
Obviously, she needed a specific question to look into lore. All right, ask away.
I guess, what is the how do I say it? What is the bane? No. Not the bane of a unicorn. What is the typical nemesis for a unicorn.
I'm just going to type that while I munch food.
Sure.
Probably a tricorn.
Now that's an offering you give the unicorn. You can wear it on its horn.
So that it becomes a quadcorn.
Yes.
All right, cookie consumed. So yeah, unicorns have a particularly special hate for tribes of monsters that take and break horses. This would be stuff like there are hobgoblin tribes that tend to go abduct bunches of wild horses for food or break them down into wild steeds. And probably like roaming orcish tribes, nomadic kinds.
Hold on a second. Isn't there a bounty on a great specific on like a hive, or wait, not a hive mind, or was it?
You mean Bilgus up here?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, or the number 5 over there, a horse thing. Like it was a herd of like evil horse monsters.
Oh, thunder horses.
Thunder horses.
Yeah, thunder horses are here. Bilgus the plate spreader is here.
So yeah, if you were to defeat the Thunder Horse's Trampler of the Land and to bring back evidence of that, a unicorn would be super into you guys.
Yeah.
Or possibly, if you succeeded on persuading hard enough, it would join you for the express reason of getting to kill those dudes.
Yeah, and just pledge that if it supports you, then you shall do your utmost to destroy those that are its favorite enemies.
We know where they are, and come in the new year, that is something we will be making our way to doing. And if it would join us, then yeah.
Yeah.
I just bit my tongue. Nothing makes you feel stupider than biting your own tongue.
Yeah.
Then I guess my second question would be, since we puzzled that one out, I will ask the second question. That is, what do unicorns like to eat?
Unicorns like to eat fruit. They love delicious crunchy apples, very fresh. They tend to have a taste for druid-tended lands for the most part, where there's a little bit of magic involved in the fertility of the fruits and meals involved.
I see.
But, yeah, delicious fruits are their favorites, but they will tend to eat like large quantities of hearty grains.
Then I will go. I'll go and see. It's winter, unfortunately. That is really. If I want to do this right,
you could try and
will have
pay like a fellow druid in the Hairhold to just like grow you some fruit.
That, or I put this off and I wait.
That too.
I would like to get some grapes from the orchard here, because those would fit the bill very well. And getting a trophy from these guys would be the other thing I need, and that would be just really good.
Yeah.
With those two things, I would definitely be able to get the unicorn to come with us. But that would have to wait And you know what? I'm okay with not getting a unicorn right away.
You're okay with not being a level 7 with a unicorn mount?
Yes, I'm
That's
okay with
pretty
that.
That's appreciated.
So I will just but now that I found out the information about it, that's something for the future. Something in the new year at some point when we're more established. So I'll go with just getting a warhorse now instead.
Yeah, I
Warhorse
love
trained by
the
bears.
features because they put a lot of work into unicorns for 5e. It's really cool. They have a list of things that occur within a unicorn's lair. It's really cool. Here, look. Torches and campfires refuse to learn, but closed lanterns are fine. So, like any open flame, they hate it. No, it doesn't work. Creatures all get better dex stealth, which was probably going to be this one's speciality to make your life quite difficult. The bacon of healing feature just being part of their lair is awesome. And anyone who's currently got a curse on them, that curse stops being a curse, which is fucking incredibly cool. Like, those are just regional effects for the domain of a unicorn. It might include any of the following magical effects. And then, lastly, although it has this sad addendum, if the unicorn dies, these effects end immediately. But yeah, unicorns are adorable and cool. But they are also, really strong creatures with fucking 3 legendary actions.
Yeah, unicorns are the best.
I'm just say that they are quote unquote CR5, except they have 3 legendary actions, including a whole ass teleport.
Yeah, no, no. We had to fight a unicorn, or a modified version of the unicorn for a short shot of Savin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
all of
they're
its
cool.
beneficial abilities were just flipped upside down because it was an evil, corrupted unicorn.
Oh, that's very cool though.
Yeah, and
Was.
that's the story the Charwood and all that up there.
Yeah.
Its horn had broken in half and branched out like a fucking deer antler full of spikes. It was great.
Hardcore. All right. Yes, now you have some goals for the acquisition of Unicron.
Yeah, that's good. That is very good to have.
So my own sinuses are still dying horribly, so I might be fast approaching my limit. Instead, I shall now divulge onto you guys the things that you will learn at the end of Downtime. As intelligence reports begin to file in, I will also tell you of the Rival's journey, or more the Rival's miniature adventure in Hollowshire. See, there are a bunch of, for better or worse, corrupt agents working in the interest of a singular member of the Council of Minds, whose name I'm obviously not going to tell you, because they might well still be at large, or not. Again, won't tell you. The very first thing Barrett did was try to mad dog the noble directly, which came down to a physical confrontation as he refused to be cowed, and it turned out that he had a great number of agents literally hidden in the wings, waiting for just an opportunity to beat some ass. Thankfully, this matter was dispersed in combat. Garrick took up the skill challenge role for that with an Arcana test, and disrupted the forces necessary for taking them apart without doing too much damage to everyone. At a later point in time, Jen attempted to regale people with, tales of their efforts vis-a-vis Bard style. It did not go especially well, as there were still insiders belonging to this corrupt member of a nobility. There was another confrontation that ensued before they were forced to depart. alas, the latter portion events of this involved a number of people being injured. Cassie Meyer stepped up to the plate in order to tend to them. However, one of the people who had been useful as far as a clue died on the operating table. Not very good. And Lady Liliana's attempts to speak with dead also met with failure. So they were in the midst of Hollowshire with a number of dead, supposedly important individuals with whom they started the fight, as far as anyone else could tell, that needed to be talked down by Tammy. And she crit it. So that was good for them. And that's me trying to summarize with as little spoileriness as possible. It was a really shit show of an adventure where they did not have much, if any, success, but did not get kicked out completely.
God, I want to visit Hollowshire now.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shit show for them.
We do have to visit that city eventually.
So, intelligence gathering. As far as acquiring lore is concerned, on the Arms of Light, the dragons failed to find anything useful. The hares failed to find anything useful. The Forest Knights successfully dredged up some information. Let's see here. Let me open my whittle list.
Forest Knights were the only one to have their shit completely together.
Pardon, sorry?
The Forest Knights were the only one to have their shit completely together.
Yeah, they are just the best at this job because it's all a bunch of drow who are used to living in the canopies. So like they've already got this like edge of, looking like outcasts essentially without being the full on crazy one might associate with the dragons.
So they're Force and Light.
Indeed. Let's see here. The Forest Knights have uncovered a clue about the Cloak of Warmth. It might be located in the spine between the west and the central to the north. I'm going to open up.
So somewhere up here-ish?
Yep.
By Gale had Westmark Mine and shit.
No.
Ah.
On
No,
the corner of the map
far
over
right.
here.
Between the spine of the west and central.
Oh.
Oh, I was looking at the west side.
Oh,
of the
hey,
map.
an excuse to visit Stormwatch again. Fantastic.
True.
An
Yeah.
excuse to go over to the east to that side again and make us go like all the way over like across a different bunch of places.
Let me just.
Over there. Okay.
Yeah, we can snag a few lance parts on the way at least.
Let me
Yeah,
grab
hopefully.
some pins. I will have to update the little handout, won't I? Let's make a separate one for the Cloak of Warmth. The Cloak of Warmth. All players. Let's copy and paste. And
It's a casual 536 miles.
Why would we go to
Well,
the cloister point?
So that's the safe spot on the way. Or I guess we could just take the boat, a river boat.
Yeah, it got like
That would be
7
faster.
times fucking faster.
Well, yeah, the journey I think would actually look like this. Since I know Savin wants to go to Droplets of Dew.
We want what's Droplets of Dew? I don't even know what is that.
That's something for the Supernal Cart.
Yeah, Supernal Court quest.
There's apparently a special bar hidden to most people, but inhabited almost entirely by the Fae.
648 miles.
You can skip that square and go straight up instead.
I think it's gonna be longer than that because I know Stray really wants us to go take care of the Gale Health thing like as soon as winter's over.
Yeah, we're going west first because we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 things.
We have things all
And don't
over the
forget-
map.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. No, if we go there, we'll go back to the from hives to the hairs. Just take the boat.
I mean, if we go up to Gale Health first, do we not want to go visit some parts of the map that we haven't seen, like up towards the Heartcrafters and Hollowshire and back on down?
Yeah. What's Heartcrafter's home again?
That's for an
I
Arm
think
of
it's
Light, I
Arm of
think.
the Light. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the Heart of Justice.
Yeah.
Then yeah, we could do something like if we all
Yeah.
meet at Dragonhold, we could go like me.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
then
Dragonhold is
either
pretty
go to
close to it, isn't
Hollowshire
it?
if we have any reason to, or we
I mean,
could
we're already right by it, so we might as well go there and at least see it.
I mean, we have seen it. It's just we want to.
We haven't seen it though.
No,
Yeah,
we
we
saw
know
the
it.
town. We avoided it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. So, question. Is there like solid fucking mountain between here?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. This here is like,
A mountain range.
yeah. Mountains all
Okay.
the way down.
So, speed-wise,
It is certainly quicker to wrap
Here?
around than to go through the mountains, yes.
Yeah.
You could all teleport to their hairhold and then just take a ride up there. Let's see. So, the Black Knights, they uncovered some pretty fucking decent lore with a 19. That is 2 leads. And I'm going to randomly determine which ones these are, because fuck knows we have a lot of options.
Yeah, it might just be 2 that we already have.
It could be. I will not rule that out. So instead, who would like to roll me a d5?
Savin.
Sure. What was it again? Sorry.
A
2d5.
d5. Just one d5. Pets, you can also roll a d5.
Nice.
All right, that's Collar of Command.
Which I think we have a lead on the Collar Commander.
Oh my god. All right, 2 leads on the Collar of Command.
Fantastic.
Didn't we already have an elite on the Collar Command? Well,
I don't think so.
right?
No, you've never had a lead
No.
on the Collar of Command, so that is another
Well, we
one
do now.
afresh. Yeah.
I do like the idea of the Collar of the Command. It might be real neat.
I know, but that's just because you're a slut.
It's not like we get to keep it anyway. We hand them over to Tammy.
Yeah, and she's just gonna put it on Lady Liliana.
First of all, the Black Knights learned what the Collar of Command is. It is an object used by Valabards and Bannerets in the First War Against Darkness, and whenever used for inspiration powers, be it like combat inspiration, bardic, I freaking forget what the Banneret one even is. It
Second
would
wind.
double. It would double their potency.
That's really
Oh.
strong, actually. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's horrifyingly strong.
So it's like, if Tammy had it, she would be doing 2d8 bardic valors.
Ooh.
Wow. Whew.
That is
Very powerful.
brokily fucking strong.
So, where's that one? Because I feel we might want to equip Tammy with that real quickly.
What's that? The Collar of Command?
Yeah. It doubles her bardic dice potency.
That's pretty outrageous.
Truly, truly outrageous.
Yeah. I think we just found our our first one to find after we do Gale Help thing.
And the other clue is that it was lost at the same time as one of the events thought of as the splintering of the lance. So I'm not gonna put more of those icons on the map. You already have a bunch of lance sites from other types of investigation.
I
Wow.
see.
Oh,
Look at
damn,
that.
this one's tied to Ariel Quest.
Wow, shocker,
Nice.
caught commands.
I call it. Gee, what a fucking surprise!
What a
Didn't I
fucking surprise, yeah.
say that? Oh man.
Let's see here. Did anyone else get clues? Nope. All right. After action spy reports. The dragons and the forest knights both experienced success, but only the forest knight returned unscathed. Unfortunately, the dragon score is so bad that you lost that spy to the darkness.
Oh no.
Damn.
He might have gotten killed by a demon.
That is entirely possible.
Oh.
And is actually
Or he's been corrupted.
No, he
is a
was
dragon.
killed. He was killed in Burned Corpse Terrace.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Whoops.
Oopsie
Oopsie
doodles.
doopsie.
So, Forest Spy report. An Orcish raider has been building a private army in the northeast and is moving it by the ocean to an undetermined staging point.
Well, I know what to do about staging points, guys. Don't worry.
And it's an undetermined one, unfortunately.
For now.
You'll have to determine it. Give me a moment, and I will just slide you over here for a second. I'm going to put the Orc Raider Leaders icon down in the confirmed baddies list.
Oh no, she's cute.
Oh no, she's hot.
Oh no,
Yeah.
she's hot!
Well, Tristan, you're gonna lose some precious seed again.
Who's that?
Oh no!
Orcish Raider.
Yeah, an Orcish raider that's been building up a priority army and is moving it to an undetermined staging point.
Boss Grashna.
Is it time for a war?
Wow,
Oh, you could have had
basically what's
Boss
happening.
Smasher.
No, I'm not going to go full Orc Knob. But yes, effectively, she is building up a, I suppose, less Warg and more Lord of the Rings.
And
It's still WoW, but less.
Yeah, less British. It's a Warg, but less British.
There we go.
Let's see here.
I was gonna say less official, but that too.
Same diff. And I believe that's what they learned. Yeah, that is the entirety of it. Unfortunately, it was a difficult time for all of the forces. The Black Knight Spy didn't get back to deliver his information and is undiscovered. That is a shame. If you uncover the knight, you might find the information on their person, but good luck. They went off to the Burned Manse.
I think you mean the Dragon Knight, right?
Sorry, yes. Yeah, that is the information you guys have. We're about to be calling this session to a close. I will close it on the map so you guys can do all the necessary plotting
Planning.
for, where to go, what to do, etc. Please let me know before next week so I can do any kind of prep. That would be appreciated.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna do Gale Hot first, no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Stray's
That
been
helps.
in the cuck box for too long.
Yeah. Yeah, she is not doing very well. Let's see here. Because, of course, you got no opportunities, you will get to experience this session.
Don't worry,
Yay.
guys. One of the experiences is us getting an ally and my wife.
basically. It's basically learning about your companions and also progress on quests. Although it was done in roles, that's still functionally what it be. Yeah. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm sorry that I'm just not very well. I'm just not very well.
It's okay. Neither is Stray, so it's fine.
I'm thankfully better off than Stray is, poor thing. All I'm
Alright.
going to do is just swap to wearing sunshades just so that I don't have the full light of my screen on me, and that'll be my day.
Well, anyway, if you're watching on the stream YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in 3.5 hours for Merzenhammer. Till then, have a good one.